Okay, hello again everybody and welcome to Back to Basics Gaming. We're going to play some Alien Storm. Well actually, we're going to play that, but that isn't the point of the video. The point of the video is to talk about Christmas movies, and I got Katykins with me right now.
Hi.
And she came up with a list. So what's this list all about?
Well, this list here is actually very recent. It's from Entertainment Weekly.
Okay,
It's
that magazine is still going?
This is online, but yeah, I'm pretty sure a physical copy is still circulating somewhere.
Okay.
But this is their top 20 Christmas movies ever.
Okay.
And considering that this is the holiday season, I figured that would be fun to discuss between the two of us and see if there's ones that we agree and disagree with for their choices.
Right, okay. Yeah, that sounds cool. Yeah, so we're just kind of being lazy here, and I'm just going to play the game while we talk about it, just because, for the sake of laziness, I don't feel like putting together an actual video. So this is the video. It has nothing to do with Christmas. It's Alien Storm on the Sega Genesis Collection for the PS4. The rig that I'm using is obviously the PS4 hardware to record with a Nintendo microphone. I don't even know for what game it came with or anything like that, but it's a good microphone.
Yeah,
that's the rig.
It's probably a Rock Band or a Guitar Hero or something.
Right.
Yeah.
But what's funny is it doesn't even say it; just straight up says Wii U Nintendo on it. So, okay, all right. Well, that's cool. So I'll just let you kind of get into the list, you know, however you want to do it. But before we do, a little disclaimer here. Since Katykins is presenting the list, she already knows what the number one is. So I'm gonna throw my guess in, and you guys can also play along too. What is the number one movie is what we're trying to hit here. Now, Katykins already knows the answer. I don't know the answer, so I'm gonna go on ahead and throw mine out there. Now, Katykins, don't tell me if I'm right or wrong or anything like that, okay? And, you know, you folks at home, in Videoland, whatever, go on ahead and, you know, place your bets too. And whoever is the closest to number one or spot on number one is the winner, because everything needs to be a contest, apparently. So, okay. So I'm going to go on ahead and say that it's going to be It's a Wonderful Life.
Okay.
Is my guess here. So why don't you go on ahead and present us with the top 20 Christmas movies according to Entertainment Weekly.
Okay. All right, so number 20, 1994's The Santa Claus, starring Tim Allen.
1994, so was there The Santa Claus before that?
Not sure, but I figured I would just say the year it came out.
Oh, okay, so The Santa Claus from 1990. Okay, well, I'm sorry, I got a little confused because I didn't know.
Well, in this day and age, I guess it's kind of my fault because it's just like, you know, you have movies coming out and now they have like the year titles to them, like Ghostbusters 2016 or whatever.
Right, yeah, I was just a little confused there.
I was just trying to include the year it was done.
Okay.
But I mean, personally, this is a favorite of mine growing up.
Okay.
I would put it higher on my list if I was to choose to put it up higher.
Oh, would you now?
Yeah, I would. Yeah, this would probably be like a top 10 for Christmas movies for me. I felt deserves a little bit more love. You know, it's not perfect, but definitely Tim Allen does a good job, especially getting to see him like pretty much transform into Santa Claus is pretty fun.
Right. This was kind of around the time too when Tim Allen was kind of starting to become more of a movie star and more so a TV star. Okay, so you seen it when you were a kid and all that?
Yeah, I saw this in theaters. I do remember seeing it in theaters too. I want to say it was a year that we actually went out to Wisconsin for snow and all that, so.
Okay.
That was fun to see. And then I was going to say the one thing that I just remember when I watched this movie with you, what was it, last year?
Yeah.
You just kept mentioning Judge Reinhold.
Oh, yeah, because he's in it, right?
Yeah,
he is in it.
I can't remember. He's pretty much the stepdad character, but yeah, that's all you kept doing is like mentioning him.
Well, I got this Seinfeld complex, and he's in it. He plays a crazy character in there.
Wait, who is he in Seinfeld?
He's the close talker, and he also.
Oh, that's right, with Jerry's parents, right?
Yeah,
he just goes to the museum.
Yeah, he takes him to the
museum. Okay,
museum.
because he's dating Elaine. Gotcha.
Yeah, my thoughts on the Santa Claus is I seen it for the first time. Well, as you know, I seen it for the first time last year. I thought it was all right, you know.
Bernard.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought it was okay. It's definitely a step up from a lot of the garbage that that they show, be a Christmas movie or not. And I am a fan of Tim Allen. I like his delivery and everything too. So all right, that's cool.
Okay. So number 19, not technically a Christmas movie, but what's actually kind of cool is they have it on this list.
Was it Die Hard?
No. But it's a movie that I told you last year I want to make it our Christmas movie every year.
All right, what is it?
Gremlins.
It is a Christmas movie. It is.
Well, it's funny though,
I don't
because
see how it's not technically a Christmas movie. It all happens during the
most people
the holiday
when
season.
they consider Christmas movies, it's family friendly. It's well, Gremlins is kind of colorful, but it's not scary.
I don't know. I mean, like, if people these days are going on ahead and saying that Die Hard's a Christmas movie, then Gremlins is a Christmas movie as well.
Well, I totally view it as a Christmas movie now.
It's absolutely a Christmas movie.
It's got some of my favorite music in there.
Mm-hmm. And it's on the list, so, I mean, apparently it is a Christmas movie. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, everything from, the puppets to the music and, the acting, I liked it.
Now, if we actually get our legitimate Gremlins 3 movie...
Right.
That would be fantastic, but it's a question though if they actually would go the correct route of doing practical effects for them, or if they're just going to do
not.
CG.
Probably that. But I do know that they would definitely be able to get that one guy from Gremlins, like the main guy, because
I feel bad I forgot his name, but yeah, that guy is on.
Something.
Yeah, that guy's on board for doing it.
Yeah, he'll do it. Of course he'll do it. Like I said, he ain't doing anything else anymore. But that's my favorite Christmas movie.
All right. Oh, that's your favorite? That's
my favorite Christmas movie. Well, your parents were just here for Thanksgiving, and the question came about, what's your favorite Christmas movie? And I said Gremlins, and they all laughed, and I was like, no, I'm serious. It's Gremlins. Like, fucking, that's my favorite Christmas movie.
Okay. So I guess I'll move to the next one. So this is a movie that you don't like.
Okay.
At all.
All right.
And I only say that you've never actually seen it, but it's because you don't like the main person that's in it.
All right.
National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Okay, yeah. No, I know that movie is wildly popular. I'm just not a Chevy Chase kind of guy, so, that's really...
That's a shame because it's a good movie.
I mean, be that as it may, I don't like the dude. I really don't.
I don't know. I feel if you like a lot of the stuff that Cousin Eddie has going on for him in that movie.
I'm never going to do it because I just don't want to look at that guy.
Well, maybe we'll get lucky and they'll remake the movie with somebody else that you're willing to.
And I know it's supposed to be kind of like one of the more like adult Christmas movies, which you would think that I would be all over. Something does come to mind when it comes to that category, but I don't want to say it just yet because it might be on the list. But, not a fan of that. But apparently you are.
Mm-hmm. All right. So next one is Scrooged, that Bill Murray movie.
Never seen it.
You never seen it?
Never seen it.
That's kind of an adult version of Doing a Christmas Carol.
Right, yeah, which I pretty much figured, but yeah, well, you know what? I take that back. I think I seen like the first 5 or 10 minutes of it, and it couldn't hold my attention, but to be fair, though, I was much younger though, so maybe now.
Yeah, I feel that movie's all right. It kind of takes place in a TV studio, where Bill Murray's character is pretty much the Ebenezer. He's in charge of like the whole thing.
Right.
And even the people that play like the ghosts of Christmas Past and all that. I mean, they're pretty entertaining.
Well, who else is in it? Do you remember?
Oh goodness, Bobcat Goldthwait.
Oh well, that's not doing any favors.
I know it's not.
I know I told you, but for the people who might be listening and don't know, that guy was married to Nikki Cox, which she was in a pretty popular TV show. I mean, like, it wasn't fucking like insanely popular like a mainstream sitcom, but it was called Unhappily Ever After, and that motherfucker somehow managed to get her to marry him. I don't know how that happened. I know I'm going off topic, but yeah.
He made her laugh, probably.
I guess so.
It's the same thing.
Too bad he could never make me laugh, but then again, I don't look like Nikki Cox. So.
Yeah. Well, it's a la, Jessica Rabbit and Roger Rabbit. Makes me laugh.
Yeah. Apparently he must be funny when he's not doing movies.
All right, so number 16 is Die Hard. So
Okay,
that one is on here.
I kind of figured it's like, okay, you know, Die Hard has been kind of recognized in the, you know, in these past like 5 years as a Christmas movie. So of course, Entertainment Weekly is going to still kind of keep trendy. I'm a little surprised that it's so low on the list. Yeah. High or low, however you want to say it. But yeah, what number is that?
Number 16.
Okay, yeah, I'm a little surprised that it's at that. I thought it would be, a bit higher up.
Let's see, I just watched this movie the first time, what was it, a few years back?
Well, your first time was my first time.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it was, I mean, I enjoyed it. It was okay.
It was
like,
okay.
If anything, like, I wonder if it would get better the more you watch it.
Right, yeah,
But
maybe.
Maybe we can give that another go.
It's fun to see Reginald Vell-Johnson, the actor who plays as Carl Winslow in Family Matters, like, being, like, a serious actor in it. Mm-hmm. I almost feel that if Reginald didn't do Family Matters and just kind of like stuck to, you know, doing movies, he probably would have been a bigger actor at this point in time in life. So, because you did a good job in Die Hard. Mm-hmm. So I kind of feel bad for him that, you know, it's like, hey, this real actor, you know, in this fucking movie that like everybody loves. Mm-hmm. And now look at he's like in nothing now, you know?
Nope.
All right.
Okay.
What do we got next?
Number 15. So, Miracle on 34th Street, but it's the 1947 one. So that's the original. You know,
I haven't seen it. I haven't seen the remake either. I'm gonna assume that the remake ain't even on here, if the original's on there.
Yeah, I feel bad. Like, I don't remember. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
I've never seen the original. I've seen the remake that has, gosh, what is her name? Mara Wilson and the Jurassic Park guy.
Jurassic Park guy. Oh, what? Is Sam Neill? Oh, no, it's the old guy.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I gotcha.
Yeah, I feel bad. I don't remember his name. I just remember he did a good job, you know, in that movie. But it's been
he looked like Santa Claus for sure.
But it's been such a long time since I've seen it that I can't really give input.
and I haven't seen either version. So
yeah, but a lot of people like the original one.
Yeah, well, you know, I was gonna say that I'm sure that the original one's actually pretty decent, considering, you know, there was. It was in a time where, you know, ideas were still fresh and, you know, people weren't as lazy. Mm-hmm. Then, you know, they actually had to come up with a story. But, you know, what today is now is it's harder to come up with a fresh new story because so many things have already been done.
Well, you rinse and repeat. You take pieces from stuff and slap it together.
Right, but then you can say, oh yeah, well I was inspired by this, but there's still going to be those people that say, no, you're a thief. Uh-huh. You know, they're still going to say it regardless. All right, well, what do we got next?
Next one, I'm familiar with the visuals for it, but I've never actually seen it. I don't think you've ever seen it either. White Christmas from 1954. It's Bing Crosby, Danny Kaye, Rosemary Clooney.
Is this like a musical or something? 'Cause you say old Bing's in it. Well, then there's the deal breaker for me. I'm not too big when it comes to musicals. And I'm sure we'll get into that a little later, so I won't say anything just yet.
Well, see, the one thing, since I've never seen that movie, is I mean, a lot of the Christmas carols that we're familiar with, I'm not sure how many of them come from that movie.
Right, yeah.
But I'm pretty sure that if I was to watch it, I'd be able to probably pinpoint like all of them.
Now, Bing Crosby, that's the guy where Family Guy said that he beats his kids with sacks of oranges because they don't leave bruises. Uh-huh. Okay.
Valencia oranges.
Then that's all I can think of. Whenever I see that guy's face, that's the only thing I'm going to think of is, man, did you really beat your kids with sacks of Valencia oranges? Valencia, that's kind of fun to say. I like
Valencia.
Valencia, yeah.
I was going to say I associate Bing Crosby, I mean, with that, but more so, you remember the Mr. Hanky episode of South Park?
Vaguely.
Well, what they do is they actually mock Bing Crosby because he was the Santa Claus is Coming to Town movie. Okay. He sings that, and he's kind of like his own little, you know, claymation puppet of himself singing. South Park kind of parodies that and does it in their style, but he's singing Mr. Hanky, the Christmas movie.
Oh, I got you. All right.
Yeah. Okay. So the next one, that's actually kind of fitting that it's at number 13, well, Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh, Nightmare Before Christmas. Yeah. Now, see, I thought that was going to be higher up on the list.
Yeah, me too, honestly.
Well, yeah, what we were just talking about, again, this is another musical. Now, I have something to say about this movie really quick. This was a movie that I really wanted to see as a kid because Well, I don't think I've really seen much of that type of animation before. What is it? Stop motion?
I can't remember if this
shit?
is. I don't know if
It's like stop motion.
it
right?
is. It's considered stop motion, but like I don't remember what material it is. But yeah, it can be clay motion, stop motion.
Right.
I think it actually has a new term now, but I can't remember what it's called.
Well, I didn't see much of that, growing up, or at least not like that good.
The most that you saw it as a lot of stuff that you say that you really liked it and that added another like level of creepiness, like what is it, Terminator and
right,
RoboCop.
But I mean, yeah, but I guess I more so mean just
an actual like whole
I'm
thing.
talking like when it came to stuff like that, like I was used to Gumby, I was used to fucking
Very
Davy and
simplistic
Goliath
stuff.
and shit like that. So to see something like that where you knew it wasn't just a cartoon, I thought was really cool. So anyways, just to get back on track here, so I go to the theater. And, fucking everybody wants to see this damn movie, right? And I'm just like, yeah, this is going to be cool setting, the whole deal. And then throughout the whole entire movie, all they do is sing. And, yeah, really wasn't too big on the musicals and stuff. Like, I didn't even really care for my cartoons to have, singing in it. And, many of them do, but that doesn't mean that I liked it, yeah, so that's pretty much all I got was this movie I wanted to really go and see, and then once I noticed that they were never going to stop singing, that was just pretty much I wanted to go home. That's my memory of that. Now, I can appreciate the movie and what it is and what it stands for and, this and that, but you know what? I'm just not really much of a musical guy, and that's why I haven't seen many Disney movies and stuff like that. I've seen some, a lot of the standards, the standard stuff, but... that's just how I feel about it.
Well, I was going to say versus like my childhood had the whole collection of all the Disney movies.
Right,
pretty much playing those on like a constant basis. Pretty much if I was a child in this day and age, I know how you joke about your one boy always having the same movies playing on his PlayStation. I would be that kid playing it on my parents' console. I'd be watching The Incredibles too, five times a day.
I see,
yeah. But yeah, Megan and I used to watch just movies constantly. So like when this movie came out, I just loved the fact, grew up with songs and stuff, but also it was different. It was dark. It was kind of creepy. I wasn't used to seeing that style of movie.
Yeah, it was gothic. And, that definitely did, that definitely, like I said, the visuals I enjoyed a lot. I liked it because it was gothic. It was different. And I like the fact that at least you were able to, take essentially everything that you like from it. It's animated. It's got music, the songs in it, which, y'all ain't against. And it's just like the visual style of the animation. So, yeah, for you, where would you put that on your list?
This would definitely be, if we're talking, like, it's hard because it's just like it can be viewed as a Halloween and a Christmas movie to me.
Right, yeah.
But I would put it probably in my top 3.
For Christmas
yeah.
movie? Okay.
Because it's that enjoyable to watch. It also makes me think of like when I was in chorus for middle school, when we'd be having like our downtime in between like practicing songs for like our recitals and whatnot. This would be the tape she'd pop into the player.
Okay.
And we would just sing all the songs from the movie, just back to back to back, and that was fun. So yeah, I know those songs by heart, not just because of the movie, but because of just choir.
Okay. All right, what number are we on now?
We're on 12. So at the end, before I get to number 1, I'll go through all of them again really quick. This one was a surprise because I actually kind of forgot about it. It's also not technically a Christmas movie, but
all right.
At one point in the movie, somebody's dressed up in a Santa suit.
Okay.
Trading Places with Dan Aykroyd and
Okay,
Murphy.
yeah, that's really stretching it.
Yeah.
I think it's like during that time, but yeah.
That there's no emphasis on Christmas. Like in Gremlins, there's an emphasis on Christmas.
Right,
Die Hard, Christmas Party.
Right.
But this is just like, I know, isn't Dan Aykroyd the one that's dressed up in the suit all drunk and whatnot?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just one part. So if anything, I feel like this should be swapping places with Gremlins, honestly.
It should be Trading Places, right.
Trading Places with Gremlins. It's a good movie. It really is.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
Wait,
it's just not a good Christmas movie.
No, so I guess I have to disagree with the placement of this movie on here.
I agree too. I think that they're really reaching here.
Yeah, what are the names of the two old guys? We had them memorized.
Mortimer and something. I forget.
Damn, it's gonna bother me. Because it was really fun to say their names back and forth to each other.
Randolph.
Mortimer
and Randolph.
Good job.
Yeah.
Rudolph.
Oh, yeah, I was just going to say Randolph reminds me of a Christmas name, but now I know why. Rudolph. Okay.
All right. The other thing I think about with this movie, that's the first, I think I told you this, it's the first time I ever saw a pair of tits on screen.
Oh, yeah, well, yeah. I mean, you've seen one of the best pairs of tits ever, though.
Mm-hmm.
You've seen Jamie Lee Curtis tits, so, there you go. You can't be mad at that. Those are some great tits.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna have to put that in the spank bank.
I don't blame you. She's probably the only woman in the entire world that looks good with short hair.
Yeah, I got to agree.
Yeah.
Not a fan of the short hair, but Jamie Lee Curtis, I'll make an exception.
Mm-hmm.
No problem.
Okay. Number 11. Now this movie should be higher up.
Okay.
This is in my top 3.
Okay.
Home Alone.
That's number 11?
That's
that didn't
11.
even make the top 10? I mean, what can possibly be said about Home Alone? I mean, shit, I thought it was going to be top 5.
Yeah.
I really did. Damn.
I know, it's a shame. That's probably
vicious.
the one movie that every time I watch it, I can always, when they're going through all the traps, they get me every time. I cringe, I laugh.
Mm-hmm.
God, that scream that happens with the damn tarantula,
mm-hmm.
that thing is priceless. That's probably the best scream I've ever heard from anybody.
Yeah, it's a fucking it's definitely a masterpiece. Why it's so high, so low on the damn list, man. I don't know. I mean, I can't really say much about it because it's already been beaten to death.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I never seen it in theaters. Probably on cable. I know that they've been censoring it too. It seems like each year they censor it just a little bit more.
Wait, why?
I don't know, but if you were to watch it on just regular TV or even ABC Family, Kevin doesn't even call them a horse's ass anymore. They got rid of that part altogether. I mean, I'm surprised that they even have the damn movie on there in the first place,
mm-hmm.
considering all the abuse that these guys go through,
Yeah.
So, I mean, but yeah, it just seems that, the whole way the world is now with censorship and SJW shit and everything, that that movie is just getting a lot more censored these days.
That's a shame.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Alright, so Home Alone at 11, right?
Yep.
I would think that Home Alone Escape from New York would be at that, but alright. I know that Escape from New York, or Lost in New York. I'm sorry, Escape from New York. Sorry about that.
Snake
I'm thinking
Plissken.
of Snake Plissken, Home Alone. Alright. So anyways.
That movie is much better than Home Alone 2.
Right. Okay, what's number 10?
Alright.
Mine still hasn't hit, but I'm not worried.
Okay. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
At number 10. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, there's been a little bit of controversy with this movie lately, from what I understand, from what you were telling me.
Yeah.
You want to kind of go into it?
And pretty much people are just calling it, it's being very discriminatory towards different characters in here that people are pretty much saying are...
what they're pretty much saying is that it's an allegory for discrimination against,
certain types of people.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So, through all the trials and tribulations with Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer,
mm-hmm.
I mean, everything works out in the end.
Yeah.
Correct? So
yeah, the whole point of it, I mean, it's a kids, it's a kids movie.
Uh-huh.
And I know that we discussed more so just if everybody got along and it was a happy dory world, then what would be the point of watching it? Because they'd just be like, hey, it's Rudolph.
Right. There needs to be. There needs to be.
The Bumble gets along with Rudolph. You know, everybody just keeps going forward.
There needs to be a setup. There needs to be a conflict. There needs to be a resolve.
Yeah, and in the end, everybody accepts them for who they are, for their differences.
Right.
You know, we all learn something. Isn't that the point? Isn't that the moral?
Well, yes, absolutely, yes, it is. But apparently, again, going back to this whole SJW culture, they're missing the point. What they're seeing is just what's laid in front of their eyes instead of the resolve of the situation that's at hand. I gotta say, I think this is actually a very open-minded movie for the time that it was made.
Yeah, I would say so too.
You know,
clearly, let's see here. It said it was 1964.
Yeah, so that's very, very open-minded to a lot of different people, a lot of different lifestyles. We won't get into any of that, but yes, there are people in there that might say, hey, that's wrong, but in the end, it all works out.
Yeah, it remedies itself.
Right, it works out, it's acceptable, so...
Yeah, you're watching, as a child, you're watching this mean just like, hey, you know, people are different around me, and I can acknowledge that, and we're all special in our own way.
Right.
Yeah, so...
I agree.
Christmas classic, love it.
Right.
Always watch it.
And that's number 10?
That's number 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's I would definitely put that. Yeah, I would definitely put that in the top 5.
That is top 5, for sure. So number 9, I'm not sure if you're familiar with it. I am. Year Without Santa Claus. That is another claymation movie.
Okay.
Are you familiar with oh shit. I was gonna say it involves the heat miser and the snow miser. Does that sound familiar at all to you?
Nope.
Well, you might be a little familiar with the snow miser because there's a part in Batman and Robin where Mr. Freeze's people are singing to the snow miser song.
Okay.
It's like, I'm Mr. White Christmas, I'm Mr. Snow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is that I remember.
Mm-hmm. The movie's all right.
Okay.
It's not. I mean, I was gonna say it's not as, in my opinion, it's not as strong as Rudolph, but it's still really entertaining. You have songs in there. It's very colorful.
Okay.
It's.
Is this a cartoon or is this claymation?
It's claymation.
Okay.
It is claymation. So it's done in the same style as it was done 10 years after Rudolph. So it's improved claymation.
Well, apparently it's not up to the standards of a lot of execs or whatever, because I never seen this movie and I would catch them Christmas classics as a kid. They didn't give this a lot of airtime.
No, I was gonna say, I think, honestly, I think this is a movie that it wouldn't play with the normal cycle of Christmas movies,
right.
But we find it.
Like your Charlie Browns, your Frosties, your Rudolphs, right.
But I mean, this was something that I would come across on, like, I think with ABC Family, I think in the last, like, decade or so, because they have, like, their 20-something days of Christmas. I know that I've seen it on there way back when. But I remember liking it. It's cool. Good. It's fun.
Cool. And what's it called?
It's called A Year Without a Santa Claus.
And this is at number 9. This beats out Rudolph.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. But personally, I grew up with Rudolph a bit more, so it's a bit more nostalgic for me, as it is for...
Well, maybe that's what our... our writer there for Entertainment Weekly felt, otherwise, as far as... But, I mean, that's fine, to each their own, obviously.
Uh-huh.
But, okay, that's definitely something that I wouldn't mind checking out, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
In so many words here.
Okay.
All right, so give us our number 9?
We are on number 8 now.
I'm sorry, number 8.
Okay. So this is actually something that I can watch this year with you because I bought it recently.
Okay.
But Muppet Christmas Carol with Michael Caine.
Okay.
My father, quote unquote.
Yeah, her dad, my father-in-law, looks like Michael Caine. And then she came back and retorted that he looks like who?
Oh, I can't remember.
Oh, well then, then your argument's invalid then. So yeah, he looks like Michael Caine. He kind of even has like the Michael Caine glasses. He's a classy guy like Michael Caine too. He's a cool dude. Really, really cool dude. So yeah.
I mean, it's a compliment for sure. It's just I personally don't see it. But I mean, that's...
I'm sure your dad would love
to hear that he looks like Michael Caine.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't remember it. Maybe I've seen it, but yeah, I don't remember it.
I've seen it a long ass time ago.
Okay.
But I mean, all the Muppet movies are great. I think the only one that I remember thinking was just was when I watched that Muppets in Space one.
Okay.
And that one was But like all the other ones, Muppet Treasure Island, like the Muppet movie, Muppet Great, like the Caper one.
Yeah, even the show was good. Okay,
so
that's cool.
I mean, I can see that being worthy of just like a being up there. Okay. Number 7, Bad Santa.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, this is what I was going to get into when it came into like movies where, you know, it's a bit more adult oriented.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
talking about Christmas Vacation or whatever. This is the movie that came to mind when I said, okay, it's more like adult oriented, so on and so forth. I love this fucking movie.
It's good.
It's definitely, for me, it's probably top 3. You know, I think it has it all in there. I'm pretty sure it's rated R.
It is.
For one, yeah, it's rated R. So you know, it's not afraid of taking risks. It obviously paid off because after a long while they did make a sequel, which I didn't mind the sequel either. It wasn't as good, but it was still good.
It was okay.
It was okay. Yeah.
They actually, what's the kid's name? It's great. Is it rhymes?
Your name is Thurman Merman?
Yeah. And that's the same dude in the second one too, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think it is the same actor.
Sandwiches.
And yeah, made some sandwiches. What is it with you and fucking sandwiches? It's such a quotable movie. You know, I'm on my lunch break now, and he's got like the fucking salad just like coming off of his, you know, like coming out of his mouth.
It's got your boy John Ritter in there. Bernie Mac is in there.
Yeah, and they're both great too. Unfortunately, though, you know, when John died, I think that he died during production of that movie or something because he's cut short in the film. But they did leave him in it though, which I thought was kind of the right thing to do, to leave John in it. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean, yeah, he was good in it because he was so great at just being kind of like the dorky, awkward guy. Mm-hmm. I mean, Billy Bob Thornton, I'm not the biggest fan of him, but he definitely delivered there. And I know he kind of tried to make another movie that was PG-13, Bad News Bears, that was pretty much supposed to be like the same type of person in it, and kind of capitalize off of that.
Well, yeah, that's it was the remake from the Walter Matthau one.
Right, and I never seen the Walter Matthau version, but I'm willing to bet that the Matthau version's way fucking better.
Yes, it's stronger. I can say that because I've seen
That's
the
not to say, though. I didn't mind the remake of Bad News Bears, though. But, yeah, I like... back to fucking... and that's another thing, too. It's a fucking another movie with, you know, the first word in it is bad. Bad Santa, Bad News Bears. You know, fucking Billy Bob really, really trying, I guess. But, yeah, I liked it. It pulled no punches. You know, he's over there fucking women in the, you know, the dressing room. You know, telling you ain't gonna shit right for a week, so that means that he was going in anal, and, you know, then he fucks the other broad.
And she's turned on by Santa.
Yeah, she's turned on. She's fuck me Santa, fuck me Santa, fuck me Santa, you know. Yeah, great movie.
And the dude that plays his, I don't want to say sidekick, but the dude that's his elf. Like, that guy's great.
Yeah, he's a cool dude, too, yeah. He did a good job. And he's in the other one, too, right?
He is, yeah.
Yeah. All right. What do we got next?
All right. You've never seen this movie. It's called Love Actually.
Okay, yeah, no, I hear about this movie all the fucking time because your mom and then John has to go and say, I watch it with her every year because, you know.
Yeah, Megan loves this movie. My mom does too. It's pretty much a romantic comedy Christmas type of movie. There's a whole bunch of stories that are separate in here that all intertwine in the end.
So is this the Pulp Fiction of Christmas movies?
I never thought of it that way, but I guess if you wanted to put that title on it, you could.
Well, I could put the title on fucking anything if I wanted.
But there's a lot of people in here. I mean, Hugh Grant's in there, Liam Neeson's in there, Alan Rickman's in there. There's a lot of people. I mean, I can't even name them all. I know Keira Knightley's in it.
I know I've been dodging that movie for almost the past 8 years. And I know at some point I'm going to have to succumb to it.
It's not that bad. It really isn't.
I'm sure that it isn't. But, you know, with a name like Love Actually, it's not fucking getting any, you know, any favor from me.
Gotcha.
Is all I'm saying. You know, if they fucking named it anything else, or almost anything else, then, you know, maybe I would have seen it a bit sooner.
Gotcha. Yeah. It's not that bad. Okay. Number 5. I agree with this number.
Okay. Ooh, top 5.
Yeah.
All right. And you agree. All right.
I agree, yeah. But,
Frosty?
But the one thing
It's
I will
Frosty,
say... No, it's not Frosty.
Oh, it's not Frosty.
I was going to say...
You better be on there.
What's kind of hard about this list, because I told you how it's top 20 movies, but some of these are specials. Like,
Okay.
I feel like they kind of deserve their own list. But, I mean, this is really strong, though. How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
Oh,
like
okay, yeah,
like
no,
the cartoon
that's,
one,
yeah,
the cartoon.
Yeah, well, that's what I thought you meant.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I mean, what can really be said about it? I mean, the animation is on point, the voiceover is really good.
Follows the, adds...
It's the cereal guy. It's Tony the Tiger, man. Fucking...
Singing the song.
Yeah, singing the song. Iconic. It's iconic.
Well, Boris Karloff is the narrator, and he's the one that played original Frankenstein. He did a lot of the original Universal movie monster.
Oh, okay, and he's the narrator?
He is the narrator.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah,
okay.
he played Frankenstein. I'm trying to remember if he played the Mummy as well.
Yeah, he did. Karloff did, yes.
I can't remember if he played others, but yeah, that is his voice narrating that.
Okay.
They wanted him for that. And then, yeah, you got Tony the Tiger singing the song. And then you have, I think the only other voice in that cartoon is Cindy Lou Who, who I want to say is voiced by like the chick that does the voice of Granny from Looney Tunes.
Oh, okay. All right.
Either that or she's the one that does Rocky the Squirrel. She's the one that I can't remember her name, but she's just got like the 1 or 2 lines in there. But yeah, movie's great.
Yeah, it's a cool movie. I like it. My favorite part is when he's slithering around the floor.
I know everything in there.
That's my favorite part.
It's got so much care in there. My favorite part is when he smiles. It just keeps going.
That's
and
good
going
too.
and going and going and going. It's just
that's a good one
crap.
too. Yeah, I agree.
And then I like the fact. And then another thing with the smile, when he actually smiles, like his teeth. He doesn't have straight teeth; they're crooked. It's great. Just like
he himself is crooked, so it's a reflection of his own. Right.
Like all the little details they put in there. Max is adorable. It's great. All right. Number 4. I haven't seen this movie in a while. I probably wouldn't mind watching it again because I remember I saw this in theaters too.
All right.
Elf.
Okay, I seen it once. I liked it. I can't tell you anything about it anymore, but when I did see it, I didn't hate it, and I actually I remember I was channel surfing, cable or satellite or whatever the hell we had back then, and I stopped on that, and I didn't look for anything else, so I liked it, but I can't say as to why. I really can't.
I just think it's because it's really charming.
Perhaps. I know James Caan's in it as well, and I've always liked him, even though I haven't seen him in too much stuff. He's a cool dude, as far as I'm concerned.
Let's see. I was gonna say, I know that there's a few parts in that movie that I remember that are just really funny. One of them involves, because it's Will Ferrell plays Buddy. He's Buddy the Elf. He pretty much goes to New York to find his father, and
which is James Caan.
Which is James Caan. And there's a part that involves him pretty much like he's just staying in the shopping mall or the store, and he decorates the crap out of it. And then also he's calling out the Santa. That's the dude's dressed as Santa as a fake Santa. That scene's really funny.
Oh, okay, yeah.
There's another scene to where
like how did he not know that people dress up as Santa?
that's what's so funny. It's just the fact that he's just blatantly just like if there's something.
I remember that he seems to just be oblivious about a lot of things. So, yeah,
that's the best word for it.
And I know that that's pretty much the shtick of the movie. But yeah.
There's another scene to where he's just eating a crap ton of sugars and whatnot, to where I know that and he actually eats it too. He puts like spaghetti noodles in a bowl with like chocolate syrup and sprinkles and all like maple syrup and all this other stuff, and then he eats it and it's just like God. And then another scene is before your boy Peter Dinklage became the famous individual he is,
right?
Because he's in that movie, his role is he is like he's pretty much their person that just writes all the stories that just like make them bank.
Yeah, the Dink.
And
I remember him.
And yeah, the Dink gets called out by Buddy because Buddy says he's an elf because he's small.
Because he's a midget.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry,
And
little person. I don't want to get fucking destroyed.
And that's his, well, I know,
saying,
but that's his trigger,
yeah.
pretty much in there. So yeah. So there's that.
All right, what number are we on?
That is number 4. So
All
now
right.
we're in top 3.
Okay.
All right. Okay. So top 3, number 3 is A Charlie Brown Christmas.
I knew that this was coming,
Yeah.
and I mean, I already think I know what number 2 is, but I won't say anything.
Well, see what's cool about this. I haven't seen this special in a while, but that was one of the
It's with the
specials
pathetic
in
little
routine.
tree, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
my grandma buys one of those trees.
It
every
was
year.
the Charlie Brown Christmas. It's Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and Frosty the Snowman. Those were like the 3
Grinch.
that you. Oh, and the Grinch. You're right. Yeah, you're right. But yeah, those are like the main ones. You know, like if you're gonna have a Christmas or whatever, that's definitely going to be on the TV at some point in time throughout that month or that season, I should say. Absolutely. Okay.
Yeah, it's a good. Yeah, my grandma used to buy one of these trees every year, and one of the sad trees. She'd
Right.
purposely buy a sad tree.
Right. Oh, I'm sure a lot of people do.
And then I remember. It's the one special, I think, like when you see all the Peanuts dancing, like all of them, all the kids dancing. Like that's what I think of, is because of just this Christmas special, where you got like Snoopy dance and you got like the one kid going back and forth and all that.
Right. Wasn't that Lampoon in The Simpsons?
I think it was, yeah.
For one of their Halloweens? Yeah. I know what you're talking about, but I only remember it solely because of that.
Let's see here. Okay. So number 2.
Number 2.
It's A Christmas Story.
Oh shit, man! I totally forgot. Yeah. All right. So either mine isn't on there at all, or which I'm still thinking that it is, but I'm very surprised that another one isn't on there. Then.
What's the one that you thought it was going to be?
Well, I'll save that for after we talk about this.
Okay.
Okay. So, all right. Yeah, Christmas Story. I mean, this is not traditional at all. I know it's gained a lot of traction over the past, like 5 to 10 years or something like that.
Yeah, it has, because more so because of TBS, they have their 24
The 24 hours, right.
And pretty much growing up, it's been going on for a while, because I remember my family watching or turning the TV on to TBS to watch it. Just that would be the channel that'd be on all day, but we'd be doing other activities though during the day.
Right.
But I mean, it's great background noise. The movie's great. There's so many things in there that are quotable.
Yeah, it's
Scud Farkus.
Yeah, it's a good film. I mean, I didn't mind it. But number 2, man, damn, I think that's way too high up.
Where would you put it?
I don't know, somewhere between 1 and 10. You know.
Let's see. This would be top 5 for me.
Or somewhere around the 10 region, I guess. 10, 9, 8, 7.
Well, what's kind of cool about the movie is, if you're thinking about it from because how old is Ralphie? Is he like 10, 8, 9, 10?
Yeah,
he's around that age. If you're watching that from like the point of view, if you could remember how you thought when you were his age, the movie's done really well from his point of view.
Yeah,
especially his little fantasies he has going on, and they're not even corny. They're just they're fun.
Right.
You know?
No, yeah, I definitely enjoyed it. Even when I was younger. I mean, the movie was out when I was a kid, and yeah, I definitely liked it. Even back then.
And or up to me, we would have a leg lamp, but those things cost so much money.
Well, yeah, because it's just, the movie's just so insanely popular at this point that they just try to capitalize it big time. You would probably be better off just getting a fucking prosthetic leg and making one yourself, or just fucking getting like a dummy,
probably would,
and sawing off the fucking leg and painting it and making it yourself.
Yeah, but it's so upsetting though, because I'd want it to look like the leg lamp.
Right. I don't see how that would be difficult. Run some wire through the fucking thing. That doesn't seem like it'd be that hard. Alright, anyways, yeah. So, we're down to number 1.
Number 1. Okay. Well, before I do number 1, I'm going to go through all of them again.
Alright, and then I'll give my guess after you go through them.
Alright, so number 20 is The Santa Claus with Tim Allen.
Okay.
19 is Gremlins.
That's my number 1.
Yeah, that's your number 1.
Right.
18 is National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, which is your number negative whatever
Right,
it would be.
that's not even on the list for me.
Number 17 is Scrooge with Bill Murray. 16 is Die Hard with Bruce Willis.
Okay.
Number 15 is the original Miracle on 34th Street. 14 is White Christmas with Bing Crosby. 13 is Nightmare Before Christmas. 12 is Trading Places with Dan Aykroyd and Eddie Murphy. 11 is Home Alone with Macaulay Culkin. Alright, and then top 10, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, number 10.
Okay.
Number 9, Year Without a Santa Claus. Number 8, Muppet Christmas Carol. Number 7, Bad Santa. Number 6, Love Actually. Number 5, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the 1966 cartoon.
Right.
Number 4 is Elf. Number 3 is A Charlie Brown Christmas. And number 2 is A Christmas Story. Okay.
Alright, so my number 1 is It's a Wonderful Life. Now, before we say anything here, alright, because I'm pretty sure that this person would have to, whoever the hell wrote it, would probably end up being sent to the gallows if it wasn't on the list. I gotta say that I know that that's got to be number 1, but I also know that it's kind of messed up that Frosty the Snowman isn't on there.
I agree.
I know that
because I grew up with that too.
Right, and that's one of the essentials, as we were just talking about earlier. So number 1 is
It's a Wonderful Life.
Of course, right. And this is a movie you haven't seen.
No, I haven't. I feel bad. I've seen bits and pieces. I know a lot of the premise of it. I mean, like, I remember the one thing I always remember about is when he's running through the streets at the end of the movie. He's just like, "Merry Christmas, movie house."
Right.
I know he says that. And then, you know, every time a bell rings, an angel gets its wing. I know a good amount of like quotes from it. But yeah, I've never officially seen it. I've seen bits and pieces of it on TV, but I've never seen the movie in its entirety.
Okay.
So I'm guilty of not seeing that movie.
Well, I got it. I got it on VHS. I got it last year, actually. I don't think we didn't get around to it, obviously. But it's good, and I mean, not to make you feel, you know, like, just to kind of lessen, you know, maybe feeling bad about not seeing this ultimate classic. But I just recently seen it myself, maybe like, I don't know, 5 years ago, 4 years ago, something like that. I seen it, and I seen it on like one of them TVs where everything looks like it's in like real life. I don't know what the hell they call them.
The soap opera TV.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I seen
know
one of those.
It's creepy, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really, really weird. You know, it was like one of these super ultra HD fucking, you know, smart TVs.
Like you're
fucking, you're right there. Yeah, it just feels like you're right off set just watching this fucking thing go down.
I don't think I could ever get used to that. It's really weird. Like, I associate that type of recording with a soap opera.
Right. I mean, yeah, it is really, really weird.
I like the past tense look of footage.
But so anyways, yeah, I seen it, you know, not too long ago for the first time, and you know, I liked it. I liked it. The setting that I was in, I was over at my friend's house. I was over at my friend's mom's house, and it was just, you know, really, really Christmassy, really nice. You know, everybody was just enjoying themselves, you know, having a drink and just watching this damn movie, and you know, it was just really, really cool. For it being a number 1 movie, I don't know. I liked it, but I mean, damn it, I think I liked my situation more than I liked the movie at that point in time, is I guess what I want to say. And I guess you really can't say too much about it because you haven't seen it.
No, I can't. If anything, though, probably seeing it now versus seeing it when I was a kid, I'd be a lot more...
Right,
like, I'd be able to...
Yeah. As a kid, who wants to see some old black and white movie with a bunch of adults talking? Nobody wants to see that.
It's really hard.
No kid wants to see that.
I know it's supposed to be a good movie, but yeah, like, kids like color, kids like animals, kids like songs. Right.
Yeah, you're not going to get, you know, much of any of that.
But actually watching it for the first time with, like, an adult mindset to it, I guess, would be interesting.
Yeah, you'll like it. All right, so is that what we got? That's the top 20 right there, so It's a Wonderful Life. All right, well, then that means that I win, because that was my guess. All right, so we got anything else to add, or are we good here?
No, good.
All right, well then, there you go. There's the top 20, not necessarily our top 20, though there are some winners on there. My number one movie was on there. Was your number one movie on there?
Let's see. Yeah, remember. It was. I mean, I really like Home Alone.
Okay, so Home Alone's your number one.
That's the one that I can do. That's why I'm a little disappointed it was so low on the list.
Yeah.
I don't know as to why that is, but 11, I mean, pretty much, I mean, this is somebody's article. So, it's their personal.
It's their personal, but
but still. I mean, I would put that.
I'm still gonna hate on it anyways.
But then also, I disagree with the list in the sense that I feel like those Christmas specials shouldn't have been on there. Like as in like
Grinch and all that?
Well, no, I don't consider them a movie.
I do.
You consider that a movie?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Because when I think of
a movie, you don't need to be 2 hours long to be a movie. You know. Absolutely. I mean, a movie can even constitute as something as long as a half hour, technically.
I guess so.
So I think you're just kind of nitpicking there.
I feel like it should have been. I guess I'm nitpicking.
Oh, that's
maybe because I wanted more stuff on there. Because if there was its own list for like cartoon specials or something or kid specials, then I would have had Frosty on there. Because Frosty wasn't on there.
Frosty should be on there. So maybe despite the fact that it's only 30 minutes long, I still feel that it should be on there. But okay.
So maybe I'm a little butthurt because of that.
Right.
Except there would have been 2 lists, then everything would have been on there, and I would have been happy.
Well, I think this motherfucker should have looked at that list and checked it twice because there are some fuck ups there. But all right, I'll let him have "It's a Wonderful Life" at number 1. Then my only other gripe is that there was no Frosty, and that Home Alone was at 11. I expected that if Gremlins was going to be on there, I definitely would expect it to be like down on the bottom of the list. I'm actually kind of surprised that it's even on there at all.
Yeah.
But I do view it, and I know a lot of other people do view it as a number 1. So, all right, well, that's my take on it. You've obviously said your sentiments about it.
Yeah.
All right, so there you go. There's the top 20 Christmas, I was going to say Christmas songs. Maybe we can do that one next.
I can do that, yeah.
But yeah, that's the top 20 Christmas movies. Let us know what you think in the comments, and thank you for watching. Thanks for listening. Katykins, thank you for being here.
Yeah, thank you.
And we will see you next round.
See ya.